What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you my progress of the Ever After High characters that I'm redrawing in my style. And the one that you voted on was Ever After High. And in this video for Ever After High, I'm going to show you a section of characters that I've already finished. And maybe a sneak peek of what I'm going to do next. But for now, let's just show you guys what I have so far of the Ever After High characters in my redesign. Alright, without further ado, here we go. The first one I started with was Apple White. I changed her from Apple White, 16 years old, to Jenna White, to 22 years old. I tried to use as much as the old color palette as I could, and I turned her into a medieval princess, or like maybe a Renaissance princess, or something the same. I don't know. I tried to include as much silhouette as I could from original Disney character and some historical stuff, like some interpretations of Snow White from historical eras I have on this slide, such as this one, this one, this one. This is like an AI one, but I liked it, so I was like, ooh, let's do that. Let's pick it up. And this is what I came up with. The colors I used from the original character, so that way it could still be recognizable somehow. And I think it is. And I didn't do like the tiara thing like this, because I'm not a fan of that. It just looks dorky. I prefer the little apple. So it's like more realistic looking apple than a cage apple, or whatever that is. But yeah, this is what I have. And I think it looks like a really good mix of fantasy and historicalness. And it has a little bit of each element from here. Like this little V waist right here, then the little crisscross thing right here, and also like this pattern of the skirt in here, and then her shoes, these shoes here, and these big massive sleeves here, and then these weird puffy weird looking sleeves right here, and then the volume of the skirt here. And a little bit of this right here with that. And I try to do like kind of like this silhouette right here. But I also, added that too. And I did that design on here. And I really like how it all turned out. I think it's very cute. I really like it. A lot of pink. And also, you're going to notice a common thing with the rest of these is the background is black. So if there's like an outline around a character, that's because there was black on the outfit, and I didn't want the black to blend in with the background. Okay, next one. Okay, so Daring Charming, 17 years old. I changed to Dashiell Charming, 23 years old. And I tried to make him look more like Prince Adam, since he was the character that was destined to be Rosabella Beauty's prince. So the Beast Prince. So that's what I designed him as. So his beast form kind of got messed up. Like, there were two sides of this paper, and I messed up so bad that the paint on this side bled onto the other side, which would be this side. But luckily, I was able to like have enough mental strength to be like, okay, I'll redo this. And I redid this, and looks almost exactly like what the other side of this has. It'll make more sense. So, like, this mistake that happened, I decided to go with, okay, might as well just have two separate pages and then laminate them on top of each other. And oh boy, was that a good idea, because the markers that I've been using, they bleed through the paper, so it's like, probably should have two papers stack on top of each other. But yeah, so I tried to include some 17th and like 16th century designs for like the outfit. So I looked at these a lot to design his outfits. This one was a bit difficult because I was working with beast stuff, and also like it's a beast form and it's gotta look like this too. So it's like, how do I make it recognizable? How do I make it recognizable? And I did my best, and I hope I executed it well. I don't know. There was a little paint smearing when the laminating was going on, so I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna have to deal with it forever. And I don't care. at this point anymore. It's fine. It's an oopsie. Oopsies happen. But yeah, I tried to include the neckties in both because both forms have neckties in this. And I didn't really do much for this outfit for this. I just did the color scheme for this into both. And I really like how cute the crown is. It's so cute. But yeah, this is Dashiell Charming and not Daring Charming. For each of the characters, I wanted to give them more adult sounding names because in my design, they're all adults. Like, they're all in their early 20s. And I wanted to give them adult sounding names. So, Daring Charming doesn't sound very adult. It sounds more like a teenager's name. So, making it more like Dashiell Charming, that sounds more sophisticated and mature. And at this point, he's 23, a bit more mature than a 17-year-old. Still dude, but yeah, a bit more mature. But yeah, that's my design for the Daring Charming. So from Ashlyn Ella, 15 years old, to Claire Ella, 22 years old. So I took inspiration from all these designs. The accessories on the head and face, like the accessories on the head and neck I did here. I think that's also a tiny little pumpkin on the neck I'm really happy with. And the rest of the dress is basically these three with the itty bitty of that. I think maybe the shoes for this one, but yeah. I wanted to do 2 pumpkins or something like that, but I just didn't have enough room for another pumpkin, so I just did 1. Since she is Cinderella's kid, she would have, like, the Cinderella motif. And also I wanted to focus on more of these kind of styles of dress, because, like, look at all that ruffling and lace and bows and ruffles. It's a lot. I really like that. And then I took inspiration from this hairstyle and a little bit of that to do this big poofy thing. I really like it. I like how it turned out. It's one of my favorite ones. And it was, I believe, the third picture that I did. So that was awesome. And I like how it turned out. And this black is lucky enough not to be so close to the border. It's on her neck and there's hair surrounding it. So that's one of the good things. And that's why I also did do a border around Ms. Ella. All right, next one. All right, Briar Beauty, 16 years old, to Rose Beauty, 22 years old. A lot of these characters are like around the same age, so a lot of them will be either 22, 23, 24, 21, that kind of thing. But yeah, okay, so I, again, with the colors from this to this, I guess I forgot. Well, at this point, I didn't do any, like, borders yet, but I was okay with the black touching the background. It's not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, this is, oh boy, a lot of pink. Luckily, I had a lot of pink markers. I think they're alcohol markers. But anyway, I used a lot of the pink, and oh my gosh, it was so hard to make sure I didn't overlap the same color on itself. It was difficult. And I decided to do this silhouette and a little bit of this design, like this part right here is right there, and then a lot of this motif really on the dress, and then I added a cape because why not? Wouldn't Briar Beauty have a cape? It'd be cute. And then I tried to figure out some really cute way to do a crown right here. I should have added some blue somewhere, but I didn't. I tried, but I had both of these Aurora pictures, just as like help really, like, to give me ideas. And I mostly just focused on like this and that to make this. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay, Madeline Hatter, 16 years old, to Linny Hatter, 22 years old. It is a little less, like, Madeline sounds a bit more adult, but I kind of liked Linny a little bit better for more of an adult thing. Like, what if she wanted to go by Linny instead of Madeline or Maddie? It's still Hatter-like to do something really goofy, like, I want to go by Linny or something like that. But yeah, Linny Hatter. She's 22 years old in this edition. And I really like how this turned out. I was so lucky to have that kind of gray to make sure this skirt didn't blend in with the background. And I'm really happy with how this whole thing turned out, really. I tried to do like a polka dot thing for this skirt because I don't know how to like replicate some textures on some of these outfits, so I did my best. And I tried for this outfit to go more steampunk inspired. So that's what I did. And I wanted to include the hat with the 16, but not 16, the 10 and 6 thing, and it's in there somewhere. It's hidden. But yeah, this is the design that I went for adult Madeline Hatter, now Linny Hatter in my rendition. And I really like how it turned out. Looks very much like this and this combined with that. And her hair is up in like a cute little bun somehow. I didn't know how to do like all these curls into the hair. So like a little bit more tame but still crazy for her. But yeah, it fits her vibe. And I accidentally got a little black paint on here, so I wiped as much as I could and kept it because she's a little chaotic, so it'll work. But yeah, that's Linny Hatter. So I have Duchess Swan, 18 years old, to Countess Swan. From a Duchess to a Countess. I don't know if that's a downgrade or not, but yeah. I wanted to use the different Swan Lakes character designs for this. So I used a bit of the black swan, a bit of the white swan, a little bit of the Odettes, and I made this using what I could from this to this. It was really hard to get a lot of purples, so I had to mix purple markers. I only have 2 purple markers. One's a light and one's a dark. And so it was like, oh, goody. So I did this, and I think I did okay because I also used pencils to help me, which helped a lot. And for her hair, it's a bit more on the purple side than the black, white, and purple. But she's a bit more older, so her hair might have gotten a little darker. And this the chest part, like the top part, is like I think more like this. But wait, no, it's more like this. Like more like one of the top part of the ballerina outfits. And then the sleeves are definitely this. Then the skirt part is the feathers from here. And then the under part is like the under part that would probably be under these tutus. And then obviously the ballet slippers are like these. And maybe even that. But yeah, that's what I did. And then the belt part is definitely from here. And yeah, I had to do an outline on this. This is probably when I started doing outlines because there was just so much black. There was no way I was going to be able to do black background and then, the outfit. And then it'd be like, oh no, she's blending into the background. But yeah, that is that. Fabel Thorn, 17 years old. Preppy, cool looking to that. And oh my gosh, this was a trip. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I wanted to go more of the traditional Sleeping Beauty evil fairy thing. So I looked up a lot of pictures, and this was like the best. Like these two were the best ones I could find. And then I tried to find something around the same century that the character was in, so maybe a little bit of that. And then obviously Maleficent, because she was the character in the Disney one, and so I tried to do a little bit of that. I don't think I ended up using this part into the final design, but I definitely used this texture, a little bit of, I think, this, and then a little bit of that, because this part right here is like a little bit like that. And then I tried so hard to get all these textures, like the texture in the purse. I have it in the cape and on the dress. And then these little line marks right on the dress and on the top part of the dress are also in like these little circle bits that also kind of worked with this part too. And then also for this hat, I wanted to do this hat, so I did that in here. And I wanted to include this weird thingy right here, this little thorn thingy on her head, into the hat here too. So I did that too. And the squiggly things in this hat, I did it in there too. And her wings, oh my gosh, they were, I didn't know what to do, so I just did blue and then big chunks of blue. It was difficult, but I think I did it okay. And then I made her hair from all of this into like more controlled braid, one single braid, and then her bangs. I didn't want to make it too crazy because, like, she's an adult. She doesn't want to do, like, crazy stuff with her hair. She might have the rest of it in the hat. You never know. Maybe she has, like, a bun underneath and then, like, a braid down here. You never know. It's a picture. And then the shoes, I think, I think the shoes were probably inspired from maybe this or from another picture I saw. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to make it simple for myself. And she kind of looks like she's flying because her feet aren't fully flat. So that's cool. But yeah, that's my Fiona Thorne, 23 years old. Okay, we have Cerise Hood, 16 years old. Fun, sporty, easy to run in, to Clarissa Hood, 23 years old. And she's in a bit more traditional Red Riding Hood outfit. But in this one, I have her with her wolf eyes and her streak hair, her gray streak. I kind of forgot to do a little bit of her streak in her bangs. That's my fault. But it is what it is. But yeah, the only black, I think, is in her hair. And I think it's actually more of a brown. Maybe when you see it on camera. On here, it's just like, eh. I was mostly inspired by a couple of fairy tale pictures that I found on the internet and like some peasant dress designs. And also this image. I know what movie that's from. It's not exactly friendly. But the outfit is beautiful. And I wanted to do like this silhouette with a little bit of, the hood and stuff. And I wanted to do the design, like the tree design on the cape. And it was like a last minute decision. I was like, oh, why not? Let's do the tree stuff. And so I did. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do for color. So I did like a green. And then like the only green that is in this is in the trees and then the shoes. And there's very little gray, but there is gray though. And I think those are claw nails. I can't remember. But yeah, this is the outfit for Clarissa Hood, 23 years old. Blondie Locks, 16 years old. Transitions to Gloria Locks, 22 years old. And yes, this looks like Mickey Mouse stuff, but it's not Mickey Mouse, it's bears. I wanted to do maybe a bit more of a bearish design, but I decided against it because I don't know how to draw a bear face. That'd be too difficult, man. So that's what I did. And I think it looks still recognizable. It's still good. And this patchwork is the first time I ever did patchwork. I tried to do it again. It was very, very difficult. You'll probably see that in like a later part, but for now, this was like the first successful patchwork outfit kind of thing for a character that I did. And I tried to do like this. I think maybe a little bit of that. I was inspired by this, but I didn't do it. But it was still cool. And then a little bit of that, I think, and a little bit of that too. I did want to keep the bow in the hair, but I made her hair a bit bigger, and I gave her just more grown-up earrings. I kept the ring that she has on this hand, and I really like it. And I think it's overall really, really cute and mature. And I feel like it's something that Blondie Locks would want to wear. And also, you probably can't see it that well, but there's bows right here, 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 and here. Oh, and also here. But yeah, this is the Blondie Locks, Gloria Locks look. Raven Queen, 16 years old. Okay, so I went from this to this, and there's a bit more pink, but who cares? It's my design. She's Corvina Vane Queen. Now that sounds like a very much of an adult name, and I like how the hair turned out. It's a bit brighter, so maybe she's a bit kinder and not actually an evil queen. She's more like a cool goth queen girl who isn't actually mean or something like that. And I took inspiration from like medieval dress and like gothic ideas, and also a little bit of this. I like I like this like big fluffy cape, so I tried to duplicate that. And I was gonna do like fur details in here, but then I was like, nah. And I think it worked out for the best because I don't think I could do that. So I took the collar from this and also kind of, collar that, and I did that kind of design for a collar. I like that best. And it looks really nice. I like it. It's a bit peasanty, but not too peasanty. It's still regal, and it's like not too crazy. I like it. Hunter Huntsman, 15 years old. Eric Huntsman, 22 years old. So I went for more of a hunter look, like heavily inspired by this, very much. And then I, went all out. I did like a dagger and this weird belt thingy, and then like a cross body situation. I was gonna do a hat, but then I decided against it. I definitely kept these boots for sure, and I wanted to do really fun gloves, so I did. I forgot to do like finger parts for gloves, so it's just like really weird gloves. It's still cool. I tried to do as much from the color scheme from this into here as much as possible. So it kind of looks like him. I don't know. But I gave him facial hair because some 22-year-olds have facial hair, so cool. Like, not all adults are clean shaven. Some have facial hair for guys. But yeah, I wanted to do something more adult, adventure ready kind of stuff for Eric Huntsman. And some of these characters I think would probably want to change their names because like they might want to like be more adult or be different from their parents or something like that. So yeah. Alistair Wonderland, 16 years old, to Lewis Wonderland, 23. I cannot pronounce the Ever After High name for Wonderland. It is very difficult for me for some reason. I don't know how or why I can't pronounce it that well, but I'm happy that I changed it to Lewis because that feels a bit more Alice in Wonderland feeling kind of stuff. And I also wanted to give this rendition of him of a more polished adult grown-up look. So that's what I did. And I think he looks very handsome. That's supposed to be a shine on the hat. Anyways, these are clocks and cogs, reminiscent of his actual thing. I should have looked at that more and be like, oh, there's keyholes. I could have added keyholes, but I've mostly focused on these two and a little bit of that for the design. I did that for help, for like inspiration, like, yay! And then that's just a random picture of like a boy version of this character. And I also kind of was inspired by that for a little bit of the hair too. I had to look up online for like facial hair for that time period, and that's what they had. Those little mustaches, they're so cute. But yeah, this is my more grown up version of this guy. Less messy hair, more refined and distinguished. I really like it. And this one has fingered gloves. I think I realized my mistake on that. On the other one, so I fixed it on this one. Yeah, next one. Okay, so Lizzie Hart's 16 years old to Elizabeth Hart's 22 years old. So instead of going by Lizzie, she probably might go by Elizabeth as an adult. And she's a big queen. She's a gorgeous girl. And she is very pretty. I wanted to combine this section of the dress to this, so that's cool. And I wanted like the hearts and everything else from like these and that to that, and then the queen card stuff kind of like that, and then like the trim, there's probably like trim on like right here, so I was inspired by that. And then the collar part right here, it was inspired by this collar, maybe a little bit of that. The hair was definitely inspired by that, and also by this character's hair too. I wanted like a big heart themed head of hair, but I didn't want to go too big, so I went more like simple. And I gave her like wavy curly kind of situation going on with the hair. So I did that too, and And I also did like a cute little drop heart necklace. Not drop heart, drop earring heart thing. And I tried to do her collar right here, this heart situation collar right here as a big old chunky necklace. And then obviously had that color. And I was kind of like inspired by this several tier layer gown dress to make this. Because this is just, it's beautiful, but also like too simple. So I wanted to go with this because I wanted to include as much as I could on here. And this part is right here. It's not as narrow and diamondy it is, but it's close enough. And then I have these little hearts here. I tried to do like a little situation like this right here onto here, but I didn't know how. So I just did it like that, and I like it. And yeah, that's the Queen of Hearts. Oh, and this tiara is really fun. I tried to make it look like that, but a bit more, a little bit older. More of like a tiara than like this, but still cool. And I wanted to include her heart thing on her face, so I did. Okay, so Sparrow Hood, 17 years old, to Jack's Hood, 24 years old. And I went full on feather hat. So this one, he has the hat situation for his, and he wears the outfit that a Robin Hood would wear, but he does it with a mix, whereas he's a musician instead of like true Robin Hood. He doesn't have like a bow with him, he has his guitar. And I tried to do as much as I could from this design into here. This was my purple inclusion from this, and then the rest is like, the green. I didn't know like how to include the rest of this, so I did my best with different shades of green. A lot of this is pencil and a little bit of marker, but I did include as much gray as I could, like from the boots, the pants, the gloves, the bit of the jacket into here, into like select spots like the cuffs, the gloves, the boots, a little bit on the belt. I can't remember what color this is, but it's probably another purple. But yeah. And he is still red-headed, which is cool. He's got a little facial hair on his chin like he does here. So maybe like in the future he was able to grow more on his chin. I tried to do like a mustache situation, but he looked way too old for that. So I did just the chin. And I tried to do as much as I could from like all these designs. Very happy with what I did have. And I included his guitar because that's in this, and it would only be respectful to, having to have his guitar. And it was really difficult to figure out how to make it look like he's holding it, so I did my best. And I love how big this this feather is. It's hilariously big. And it's supposed to be that color. It was the closest I could do. Arthur Charming, 16 years old, to Dexter Charming, 16 years old, to Arthur Charming, 22 years old. Okay, so I could not figure out which prince he was gonna be, so I tried to do a bit of the Snow White princess, not Snow White prince, but that I kind of leaned more towards this one, but I did include a cape, which is cool. And yeah, I went with more of this outfit part, and then I did this top part and a little bit of the belt, and some gloves too, but both versions probably have gloves. But yeah, this is his like princely outfit, and I wanted his scarf, so I did the scarf. I wanted to do like the stripe detail, but I didn't know how to do that with this situation, so I just did what I could. The dude has a sharp jawline, and he's got like a cleft chin situation. He's got sharp features. And his crown is like really simple, like his crown here. And I tried to figure out how to make his hair like poof a little bit, but it looked weird if I tried to do that, so I just made his hair a little flatter. But it still works. It still flatters him. And he still looks like princely. And a little bit still like this, kind of. But yeah, this is the situation for his outfit, and I think it looks good. I tried making sure I used as many blue colors I could find from the Dexter thing. But yeah, this is what I could do. Obviously, in the show, it's not confirmed what prince he is for which fairy tale, but this is what I did with what I could have, because I didn't know what was going on. I don't know which prince he's supposed to be for, so I just did what I could with the ideas I have had. Okay, next one. All right, Bunny Blanc. I think that's how you say the last name. Bunny Blanc, 14 years old, to Beatrix Blanc, 21 years old. So I'm also just did these two for my inspiration, and a lot from here too. So this is actually like a crisscross applesauce situation with this one. I failed with this one for on the vest. I tried. And then the little bow right here to be more like this bow. And then a little bit of the collar from here. The jacket definitely from both of these. Oh, I don't really like the curved part. It's kind of like Lewis's coat, but more feminine for this one. It's really cute. And she's got like clock earrings on her ears. It's so cute. And then the hat from here, but it's a bit more elongated and a bit taller for like an adult. And she's got still her short hair and bangs. It's just so cute. And then instead of shoes, she's got actual feet with cute little like black painted toenails because there wasn't like a lot of black spot. Like there wasn't much places I could put black, so I put black there, there, and there. And obviously on her nose and eyelashes and stuff. And she looks a bit more bunny than human, but also still human. So it's still like a mix. And plus, with her feet like this, she could probably run like a rabbit if she wanted to, instead of like be stuck in heels. Which honestly, running in heels is dangerous. So it's probably a bit better if she's running in these. And she's got a pocket watch chain, or yeah, she's got a pocket watch chain, so she probably has a pocket watch in her pocket. And then the rest of her outfit is just the teal, the closest teal I could, or like mint I could get to this for the jacket. And then obviously the watches that are on the design. And then the gray from the rest of the gray. I really like it. It's really, really cute. She does kind of look like a human bunny, which is what I was going for. C.A. Cupid, 15 years old, to Celeste Aragonthone Cupid, 21 years old. So instead of, going by C.A. Cupid, she's like, I'm gonna go by my full name. I am a flippin' adopted daughter of a god, or whatever like that. I want to go by my full name, and I'm gonna change it a little to be more cooler, or something like that. She's 21. You don't know much. But, yeah. This is a lot. I tried my best for curls. It's difficult to draw curls for, like, a novice drawer. I think I'm, like, a novice. And I actually was able to use stickers. I found some stickers in, like, a sticker stash. So I was able to utilize some stickers. And I think it worked out well. On her motif, it's more arrows, and I didn't really have any arrows, so I used what I could. And I went for more traditional Greek silhouette, so this is what I did. And this is the only pictures I really chose. But yeah, I really like how the wings turned out. They're a bit like lighter than her skin, but not too light. But it kind of looks like it's part of her outfit still, kind of like this. Although this is a bit more closer to skin, but yeah, this is what I did. And I didn't want to go with like skin color for the wings because that'd be like, oh, creepy. So I just did that. And I also like looked it up, what kind of color, you know. Anyway, but I really like how the shoes turned out. They were my like favorite, but also like nightmare. But yeah, I tried to do as much as I could. And honestly, I don't think there's much yellow on this than I thought. So I'm glad that this is mostly pink. But I'm really happy with how the stickers turned out because they worked out in my favor. And I'm glad that they laminated well too. But yeah, next picture. Cedar Wood, 16 years old, to Geppetta Wood, 22 years old. I like how Geppetta sounds a bit more German and a bit more grown up. And also, this girl in a German outfit, it is so cute. This is definitely a Geppetta. And when you see the texture of the character on camera, I'll make sure I zoom in, but this is the closest I am going to get to wood texture of a character because I even include wood texture on the face. That's how detailed I went in for the skin color stuff. Oh my gosh. I used all pencil for the face and stuff, like the skin parts, so that way it wouldn't be like markery and then pencil. I went with pencil. I'm very happy with it. A lot of this is more pencil, but there is still, marker. But yeah, this is what I did. I was inspired by some German stuff and also by Pinocchio. So this like little star design on here is here, here, and like here. And then like the dress part is like this and this and this. And then this like heart, upside down heart and leaves thing is from here. And then this little weird thing is right here. It'll be a lot easier to see on camera. But yeah, it's so cute. I like how it turned out. And right here, there's a little grasshopper where, there's a grasshopper here. Well, not cricket. It's the cricket here. There's also a cricket here. That's like these are like the few bits of green that I was able to implement. I should have added more green, but I kind of liked how cute the pink turned out. Also, I don't have that much purple, and I tried my best, and it's a bit darker in color than it is on the picture. It'll make more sense. But yeah, and here is a little sneak peek of what's going to happen for the next video. It's already finished, already painted, and drawn, like the background's painted, and you won't get to see it until the next Ever After High video. But until then, I hope you have enjoyed seeing all of the Ever After High pictures that I have made so far. I really hope that you are looking forward to seeing more in the future. And thank you for watching. And now it is time to see the pictures in real life on camera, so you can see the details up close. Alright, here we go! Okay, so here's the first one that I did, and as you saw in the video, all these designs, this one, the big dress, the shoes, the sleeves, the apple stuff. Okay, here's the apple details. These are like the only two apple details. It's very simple, really. Really big on color, but simple on design. There's actually like purple going on in there. So it's like different textured situations. So that way you could be like, ooh, it's popping. But yeah, on this one, I wanted to put all the names and ages. So that all the names and ages that you saw earlier are in here. And I just like rewrote what was on here onto the slideshow. But yeah, these are all the ones that I did on the slideshow, and I hope you enjoyed. I actually was gonna start showing stuff after Bunny Blanc, but I double checked this thing, and I was like, oh, I gotta do C.A. Cupid and Cedar. Oh man. So I waited until I did those two, and I got them finished, and yay. Alright, so gonna put this over here, and then we're gonna look at this. So this is Dashiell, and very handsome. You wouldn't be able to tell that this was a redraw of the original that I drew on the other side of this paper. Like, if you're able to, you could probably, no, you can't see the difference. Okay, but yeah, this paint. Like, if you can see right through here, those are the shoes. Those are the shoes of the other one that was on the other side of this paper. It was so hard to paint over that stuff. But yeah, I like how shiny it is. This is mostly like paint. I tried to do some like marker stuff. Oi, was that hard? But yeah, this is what we have. And I think I even like repositioned like the original outline stuff for the male caricature with this, because it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna do big paws. Like, these paws were so hard. Oh my gosh. The face was a nightmare. Oh my gosh. The amount of layering. Ugh. But yeah, I was able to do it. Took forever, but I did it. Alright, then here is Ella. Or may I say Claire. And actually, if you can tell, there's actually some green highlight, which is also, I think, in the original design. And I really like how this all turned out. I like the beading, and little tiny embroidery details that I did. Very happy with it. I should have also included more pencil, like to color in this part, but it is what it is. But I really like the pumpkin part. It's really cute. Like the few orange parts is like here and there. But yeah, this is the Ella one. Oh wait, there's another side. I forgot about that. So this is Briar Beauty. There's a hair on it. So this is the Briar Beauty one. And it is so adorable. And it took me a while to figure this out, but I did. And these are like rose and thorns situation going on. The skin was my nightmare because I was trying to, you know, get this thing situated. Like I got the whole outfit done, and then I was like, what am I gonna do about the skin? Because the skin was, there wasn't like a marker shade for the skin, so I was like, oh no, am I screwed? Oh my gosh, what's going on? What am I gonna do? So many pencil layers and so many checking. I checked with Google so many times. Like I did the Google, like the take a picture and then share it to Google and stuff. Like, what am I doing? This is Linny Hatter. See the shoes? They're so cute. Also, the socks are my like favorite. They're like cute. And then I think this is like the closest I could do to like one-to-one redesign. But I really like how this turned out. And like right here is the 10/6 little card. I think there's like so much fun going on in this outfit. And I tried to do like the top layer skirt right here, but I didn't know how to do it, so I just did like this design here. I did my best. Then on this side is Countess Swan, and as you can see, the hair is a bit more purple and pink than white and black and purple. But yeah, like I forgot to mention about the feather earrings. The headpiece I think was inspired by I think the headpiece from the Good Swan. I can't remember, but yeah. Either way, this is a really fun outfit. I like the shoes. Like, look at that shading. That's my best shading that I've ever done with marker and then pencil. But like, this is so fun. I like how this turned out. Alright, so I'm gonna show you like look at that little horn. Look at the horn detail. I tried to do like blush on some of them, so that way it's like makeup looking. And you probably can't tell that well, but this is like a lavender or like a very light purple skin color. Because I tried to make it look like the character's skin. I tried to look up the skin colors, so that way I'm like close to accurate for skin colors. And that's hard whenever it's like a really weird color. It's like, what? 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 Mint? But yeah, like look at that design. I was trying to like make it look like the bag color, like the bag design that she had in the original. So I was like, and then these swirls on the bodice, so cute. And then this, I tried so hard. Like this was one of my difficult ones because like all the textures that are with that outfit are complicated, like very complicated. And then like the cape was one of my saviors because like, hello, how am I going to make this all textured? Because if I just did the dress, it would be so super duper plain. But with the dress, cape, and hat, fun. I'm like, oh, it's cool. I also, Googled. Okay. Other side. Clarissa. Wow. And as you can tell, it is the green. And also, they're not claws. Okay. But yeah, the eyes. I was thinking about doing regular eyes, but I was like, she's half wolf. Let's do the half wolf part. I think I might make her sister have regular eyes, so that way it's like contrasting. Like, younger sister has the wolf eyes on. The older sister doesn't have wolf eyes on. Yes, I'm going to be doing this character's older sister. But yeah, this is a lot of red. This is mostly pencil, and the color that's actually underneath is pink. Like all my pink colors that I was able to use for this that were kind of dark, I used. And then green shoes. Very little green, but yeah. And as you can tell, it's a bit more of a brown with like black highlights, which is honestly cool. So with her, hopefully you can see look at that detail. If you remember from the slide for Gloria, wow, it's just like so hard to say the new names that I made for them. It's like, oh, I want to go to the default. But yeah, look at that detail. It looks like those kind of like special designs from like picnic blankets or something like that. It looks so much fun. And also here are the bows. The bows. They look kind of blend in on like a camera for like when you take a picture. But like when you get up close to the camera, you can see it better. Oh, I thought there were 3 bows. But yeah. All of this is so cute. And look at those earrings. They look so mature. They look like very mature earrings. It's fun. Wait, is that yellow or orange? I can't remember. But a little bit like an orangey yellow kind of situation with your lips. But yeah, this is Goldie. And then on this side is... I said Goldie. Gloria. That was Gloria. And then this is Corvina Vane. Corvina? Yeah, Corvina Vane. And then... yeah, look at that crown. It's so pretty. Like, I think this outfit would pair very well. Let me find him. Okay. Ooh, this could be like couple goals. Like, hello! This is cute! They would be adorable together. This would be like couple goals. Like, that is cute. And where did it go? Yeah. Okay, so this is her, like, goth medieval queen looking thing. I messed up on the bottom part here, so I had to do paint beads or whatever. Those shoes are fun. I would wear those shoes. They look fun. But yeah, this is the situation. Also, I had to do some paint here because I messed up on the sleeve for when I painted the dress. Yeah, I painted the dress. Yeah. I really like how this whole thing turned out. It's really fun. And I had no idea she had purple eyes, so that was weird, but also kind of cool, because there's not many characters you think of that have purple eyes, so this is one of them. But yeah, I like how brighter this hair is, because it feels like, oh, she's not dark and brooding, she's more like fun. She's like fun and happy kind of situation. And the dress kind of feels fun and happy, while still being a little goth, which honestly is fun. And then here we have Hunter. And, okay, I'm gonna, like, this is, like, all the pencil work that I did. And obviously I inked it up, so that way I would have, like, oh, wait, there are fingers! There are fingers! Be like, yep, there's fingers. I guess I couldn't see it on the computer. But yeah, these little cuffs are fun. I like the belt situation. It feels like a man corset, almost, like, kind of like a manly corset that has a really good function. And then I like the sword. Not sword, the dagger sheath. It's fun looking. And then the boots. My favorite. These are my favorite boots that I've done so far. They're my favorite. Oh. Then, sometimes when I do laminating, sometimes when I laminate, the lamination doesn't go well. And it's really annoying. And I have to deal with it. It's so hard to, like, flatten it out. I have been tempted to use an iron. But that would probably go badly, so I'm not. But yeah, sometimes I just have to deal with the lamination process. So if you go a little closer, it's kind of like clocks and gears. I forgot to do like the lines for like the little hands on a clock. So it could probably be like the cover of clocks. I don't know. But yeah, there's the top hat. It's so cute. And that mustache. The mustache is so distinguished. And the pants, I love. The shoes, not a fan. But I still like them. It's still cute. And I like the gloves too. They look very distinguished. Then here's the queen. So this is the necklace I was talking about. And honestly, it gives me the excuse to not make a neck. So that was fun. And then, oh, here's the crown situation too. And the earrings and the face. It's so fun. And then the bodice. And then the top skirt. Well, the layer... top layer, and then the second layer, then the third layer, then obviously the inner panel, then, so beautiful. And also, I made it so long that I was like, I don't want to do shoes, so I didn't do shoes. So her shoes are hiding under the skirt, And I did not draw, well, I kind of did draw shoes, but I didn't really. I was like, eh. Wait, is that the... Oh, there's a... I forgot about the other side. So here is Jax. And look at the feather! It's so cute! And then his little beard situation, his medieval looking outfit, while still looking like he could be a rocker, like a punk rocker. Like a forest, a forest punk rocker. That would be funny. And I had to look up online for like the guitars that I was trying to look for. Really, really dorky, but also kind of cool looking. So that's kind of cool. And I like how like nature-y this looks, while also being kind of like, I'm gonna stick it to the man kind of feel. It's cute. I like it. Alright, now we go back to this one. And these are high heel boots, man. I did not intend for that to happen when I put the black on. But mistakes happen, but also kind of like, this is kind of like a cute, happy mistake. But yeah, like, this is the situation. Not as much gold as I was expecting, but like still enough gold where it's like, okay, cool. And it's really fun. And underneath this blue is actually like a purple. So you could say I have purple in this. So that's cool. And then right here is like a border around the glasses, so that way the glasses don't blend in with the black background. But also when you look at it far away, it's like not too noticeable unless you're like told, "Ooh, there's a yellow thing." Like I just told you, but if you pretend that you didn't get told about it, you're like, your brain is tricked in not seeing it, hopefully. That's the hope. And then here's the bunny. And then if you get a little closer, or at least close enough, you can see like little hands on the clock. I wasn't able to do like the lines on a clock because that would be too much detail work, and I don't have enough room for that. But yeah, so this is like the failed crisscross thing, and I'm not happy about it, but also it's like, it's perfect. It's Wonderland. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's the collar. I really like the collar. Like, look at that shading work. It's cute. And then there's the face, and it's a little bit like a animal eye situation, but also like I need to like clean my clipboard because like some of the bleeding stuff is like bleeding from the board into the paper when I do the marker stuff, so I probably need to clean it up. But it does kind of work with the situation for like Wonderland because it kind of looks like fur almost, if you think about it. And then, actually, I used a very light purple for the hair, and then I went crazy hard with a white pencil, and it went crazy. And then the ears are actually just skin colored, and then obviously the pink. And then those earrings are so cute. And then obviously the gold chain for like the watch, it's connected to a button. Like, look at that little ruffle sleeve situation for on top of the gloves. It kind of reminds you of a animal thing. And then the feet, they're so cute. I like how the feet turned out. Those are very, very thick nails, but also kind of looks cute. I like the little watch, little anklet watch. It's cute. Right. Also, this actually was a mess up. I messed up on the paper, and these papers were both facing the same way, direction-wise, for the holes. So I had to cut the holes part off for this paper, for the bunny one, and then I taped it onto this, and then on the back of this, so that way it'd be easier. And I obviously painted the sides so that way it blended in easier. Okay, so boom. As you can see right here, these are stickers. I can't draw that well. And then another rose, like a rose sticker, some more stickers, then some stickers on the headband, which I'm very happy with. It looks very much like you would find something on the Greek pantheon. And honestly, this outfit is so cute. I could have gone for like a lighter pink if I could, like almost like skin color pink, but that would be too much. And also, these nails, these toenails are so cute. And I forgot to do like nails on the hands, so it is what it is. But yeah, I had to like do the skirt and the wings first before I could add on the flower thing. But I made sure that the hand was in the right position to look like it was holding the rose, which that was so difficult to do. Oh my gosh. Drawing knuckles in that way is hard. But yeah, the curl situation I wasn't happy about because like I still don't know how to do like the perfect curly hair. I could just do like, but then that'll look really messy. But then how am I gonna like ink that? It's just like, so much complication stuff. But I did what I could. Okay, so here is Geppetta. And, oh my gosh. Hopefully this looks a bit more darker on camera than I did on the computer. And like, yeah, that's the leaf situation I'm really happy about. And this feels like it's German. I don't know why, but it does. Okay, so look at that face. Also, I used that leftover sticker from the Cupid one for the earrings for this one because I didn't really like the gold earring situation I gave her. So I was like, I'm going to do that. I cut a heart in half so that way it looks like that. But yeah, look at that. It's so cool. Also, there's like purple highlights in her hair, which is really fun too. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. Even her chest has some wood grain. It's so fun. And then the arms, all of that is wood grain that I drew myself. It's so fun. If you feel like this looks like a German dress, I hope it does. But yeah. Those, oh no. Okay, so these are all of the Ever After High pictures that I have so far. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell when you want to be notified about another video. And let me know down in the comments down below how excited you are for the next Ever After High drawing video. Well, the showing off what I drew Ever After High drawing video. Okay, bye!